Hey guys, Mark here, and today we'll be taking a look at an Apple Watch that you can buy for $20 US. Let's jump in. This is called the Bluetooth smartwatch by iPhone, although it bears a striking resemblance to our favorite Apple counterpart. The most obvious differences are the huge bezels around the small TFT display and the, camera? Yes, iPhone has opted to put a tiny little camera into your watch, and we'll get to that later. Other than that and the cheap feeling plastic build quality, it looks a lot like your average Apple Watch, the band especially. There's a dial on the side like the real Apple Watch that functions as a button, and there's an access flap for the micro USB port used for charging. Finally, there are cutouts for a rear speaker and a microphone. When you turn on the watch, you're greeted with a vicious rumble and an incredibly piercing jingle. After that horrifying ordeal is over with, the menu screen pops up. It isn't as awful as I was expecting, but it's no showstopper either. You can swipe left or right to access different menus of apps, but as far as I can tell, there's no way to add more or delete any of them, so you're stuck with whatever's on here. Luckily, it includes apps like Facebook, Twitter, and Google Chrome, but you can't even open them without a SIM card. The watch itself is a phone of sorts, and it won't use your actual phone's Wi-Fi for accessing the internet, so that kinda sucks. If you want to add a SIM card, it can be done by popping out the back plate and inserting it back there. So what can the watch do? Actually, it does quite a bit for a $20 Apple Watch ripoff. The first thing it can do is make calls through your phone's Bluetooth. It has both a speaker and a microphone, so you can open the dialer and use your watch to make calls without touching your phone at all. While the sound quality might not be the best, the speaker is definitely loud and clear enough for making simple phone calls. The watch can also play music over Bluetooth. It's not really a feature that I take advantage of even on my more expensive watches like the Gear S3, but it's there on this cheaper watch if you want it. Also included in the vast repertoire of app storage on this watch is a pedometer and timer for workouts, an alarm, a calendar, calculator, and a few other small applications that might come in handy down the road. And yes, it can take photos. Horrible telephoto, early 2000s era photos from an incredibly unflattering angle that you absolutely will not ever want to save. And you can't save them anyway unless you've inserted a micro SD card in the watch. The same is also true of voice memos. The watch has the ability, but you can't actually save them unless you have a micro SD card in it. This watch can also send you notifications for various things, but it requires a third-party app to be installed from the Google Play Store. Sorry, iPhone users. Inside the app, you can allow or disallow notifications for things like messages, phone calls, and other apps. Alright, let's reel it in for a second and really think about this purchase. This is an Apple Watch that kind of looks like a real Apple Watch, functions like an Android phone from 2008, and costs less than a meal for two at Olive Garden. It's functional, it's quirky, and it may be the cheapest smartwatch I've ever seen. With all that in mind, who should buy this? The first thing that pops into my head is how much a kid would love one of these. I, for one, would have felt like an absolute badass with one of these on my wrist if I was born in 2010. For pretty much anyone else though, you might want to settle for the genuine article because a $20 smartwatch is not exactly a quality timepiece. That said, if you're still interested in one of these watches, I'll leave a link in the description down below. If you like this video, please give me a like and subscribe to support my channel. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.